Welcome to Speak for Yourself. Marcellus Wiley here. A little pre-Halloween look right here. Burnt orange, hook 'em horns, put them down. Damn, Emmanuel
How
Acho.
you start the show off with disrespect, Sel?
Really? I didn't know the Texas.
I was going to start the show off saying you've been in your bag all week. Some of your greatest takes, some of your greatest comedy.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Bring it out. You just wanted to give me a compliment because you look amazing today. Show them the watch.
But I told you. It's,
Show them the little pail because that is rich.
it's one of those days, Sel.
I like
I'm
it.
feeling myself.
You feeling yourself? Well, I just want everyone to know I got a new watch, and I finally brought it out. You like that? Yeah. Retail for $500,000. Guess what I got? $30. Barcelona's Pier. Okay. Work with me, y'all. Let's go to Dallas and talk about those Cowboys who are rolling right now after their big win over the Eagles. Really $30. That's all it costs. Dallas Morning News wrote they're bigger than the NFC East. Adding this quote, time to ratchet up the expectations to where they belong. League championship game or bust. Wow. Cowboys currently are tied for the 5th best odds to win the NFC according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. So Acho with a nice jury. Are the Cowboys better than we thought?
So, from a macro perspective, no, not at all. Not at all. From a micro perspective, however, they are. Macro, we knew the Cowboys were going to win the NFC East. That is what they've made it abundantly clear they're going to do. Macro perspective, we knew the Cowboys had one of the best offenses talent-wise probably we've seen in the last decade between CD, between Amari, between Zeke, between Dak. Also, Michael Gallup, he's just been injured. Macro perspective, we knew the Cowboys had brought in Dan Quinn as a defensive coordinator to really turn things around. From a macro perspective, we knew the Cowboys were going to be good, and we would be lying if we came in saying we don't think they're going to be good. However, it's the micro perspective that is really kind of making me go,
What does that mean?
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Why are the Cowboys better than we thought? And I think about it like this. I'm a defender. Sel's a defender. We talk defense on this show. Energy, effort, execution. Those are the 3 components that are making this Cowboys team, particularly on defense, better than we thought.
Strong.
I'm about to use both energy and effort to go to the big board.
And execute.
Hopefully. I don't know about that part yet.
Look at you.
Man, this suit is kind of big, Sel. I'm kind of drowning in it.
He losing that weight.
Today. I should have worked out today. What has made the Cowboys better this season? Energy, effort, execution. Those are the 3 E's that are imperative to play good defense. Let's flashback. Let's rewind. Let's look at last year when the Cowboys lacked all 3. Energy, effort, and execution. Y'all remember this play against the Cleveland Browns. Odell Beckham, he takes a reverse and he cribs it. But why did he crib it? Because we did not see energy, nor did we see effort. DeMarcus Lawrence, Antoine Woods, Jalen Smith, why y'all jogging to the ball? You can tell they're jogging because the speed changes. You never want to see speed change on defense. So if you do execute, but you don't have energy or effort, your execution is undermined because you lack the most important thing. But this year, Dan Quinn got them boys ready. Let's roll the tape from just last week against the Eagles, against my Eagles. Cowboys are executing, but they're playing with energy and high effort. First off, notice Odigizua in the defensive line right there. Notice at the end of the play, who do you see? Van Der Esch, Jalen Smith. But didn't you just see him in the defensive line? That's 6 guys, 6 hats to the ball. So to me, Sel, when I think about the Cowboys being better than we thought, yeah, they're better than we thought, but it's not just that. The question is why? Energy, effort, execution. That's the micro aspects of what's making the Cowboys so much better this year. I'm out of breath. Can I walk back?
Yeah, come over here. With ease, effort, execution, energy.
Coach, I need a 30.
I need a little more energy than that.
30,
there.
Coach.
Boy, no wonder you out the league.
30, boy.
No wonder you up here
I'm
announcing
tired,
now.
boss.
Host, you tired?
I'm tired.
You went all the way up there to give the Dallas Cowboys backhanded compliments. Yeah, check your ashy side. Check your ashy side is backhanded.
I need to check my engine light.
What you got, asthma and bronchitis? You okay? Oh, man, give me a younger co-host than this guy. He's about to croak right now. Are the Cowboys better than we thought? Don't y'all throw me in this with y'all haters and naysayers. Better than y'all thought. I always look at the game as a talent-based conversation, and it's amazing to me that people like you who have played the game also get fooled and think it's about something else other than the talent. You know what's happening with the Dallas Cowboys right now? Finally, they've hit the equal sign. All of that talent, individual names, individual talents, individual greatness is starting to add up. And now you're starting to see it equal into this level of success. Cowboys could easily be undefeated right now. They're not. They have one blemish. But let me tell you why I never came out with conviction, but confidence with this Dallas Cowboys team. Because they always found a way to undercut themselves. Like you said, execution. They couldn't execute. They couldn't make it all add up. So I always had to scratch my head and say, what's going on with these Dallas Cowboys? But then I got reminded watching the NBA this year and seeing the champion Milwaukee Bucks and your boy Giannis go out there. And I got reminded that I was always right, even when I'm wrong. Let's talk about this. There was a team by the name of the Brooklyn Nets that the Milwaukee Bucks had to go through. And that's the talent team, right? They didn't even have to play together in the regular season. They were tapping out for all kind of reasons, racial reasons, personal reasons. They didn't even want to play together and still found themselves in the same moment as the team that will be the eventual champion Milwaukee Bucks. And what happened in that moment? The talent was winning, just like I thought, just like we know. And then the talent got hurt. The talent didn't fully execute. And all of a sudden, the other team prevails. In this conversation right now, if the Dallas Cowboys don't get hurt, if the Dallas Cowboys continue to come together, oh, yeah, they're going to have a great, successful season. Let me give it to you like this also. Stop giving all the props to Dan Quinn. I am not going to shoot at Dan Quinn, but I'm also going to give some love to yesteryear. You didn't do this, and you wasted all that energy, lost your breath, went to the big board to give Dan Quinn some love, and forgot about these Cowboys last year. Who? Them. Let's go. If the Dallas Cowboys have at least 2 takeaways in their last 7 games, I know you went to Texas, but still you can do this math. How many games have they played this year?
3, sir.
Oh, so that means 4 games last year.
Yes, sir.
Oh, if the Dallas Cowboys have at least 1 takeaway in 11 of their last 12 games, do the math again. How many last year? 9. If the Dallas Cowboys have at least 2 sacks in 6 of their last 7 games, isn't that? I tried to tell you last year, they coming. Last year, this defense started to roar. Last year, this defense started to soar. But it was too late because they didn't have their franchise quarterback, and they were already basically out of playoff contention despite being in a sorry division. You look at them now this year, leads the league in takeaways. So now you say Dan Quinn. You look at them now, number 1 in turnover margin. So then you say Dan Quinn. All I want to say is what you see now boiling was brewing last year. And that's why I have the confidence now, conviction that this team's going to ball.
I like your take. I do not love it. Yes, you can see something brewing, but it only boils if somebody comes in and does what? What? Turns up the heat.
No. Or you
just long enough.
Or it sits long enough. You know me. It sat long enough.
No.
That talent sat long enough. It's boiling now, baby.
It did not. Last year, the Cowboys, their last 4 games, Cincinnati Bengals without Joe Burrow, San Francisco 49ers without Jimmy Garoppolo, Philadelphia Eagles without a quarterback, and the New York Giants with Daniel Jones. I believe he had a hamstring injury if he even played in that game. I'm sure Giants fans, you will correct me. So don't talk to me about the brew of the Cowboys. Dan Quinn had to turn the brew into a boil, and he is doing that now.
I'll give you some of that.
Everybody pause, because I'm not going to sit here and get into a competition of who can praise the Cowboys the most in 8 minutes into the show. Cowboys still are only 26th in defense as far as it pertains to yardage allowed. They're only 26 out of 32 teams in total defense. So let's all simmer down real quick, if we shall. They're also only, I believe, 13th right now in points. Now, they're a top 15 defense in points, and they're a top 15 offense in points. That's the most important thing. They are number 1 in takeaways. That's an incredibly important thing. They're the only team in the NFL with 2 running backs that have over 180 yards. That's incredibly important. They're also the only team, or one of 2 teams in the NFL with 125 rushing yards per game and 275 passing yards per game. That is hugely important. The Cowboys' most impressive feat thus far is their balance. That is what is separating and distinguishing the Cowboys from everybody else. They can go out and Zeke can rush for 90. Zeke's backup, Tony Pollard, can rush for 70, while Dak Prescott can still throw for 250 to 300. They are incredibly balanced, keeping offenses all types of out of whack. But we're not going to act surprised. We knew the Cowboys would beat the Eagles. We knew that. We vehemently knew that. We knew the Cowboys were likely going to beat the Chargers.
No, we did. Don't do all this. Your pronoun game off. But keep talking. I don't want to interrupt you because I am respectful. But don't say we thought they were going to beat the L.A. Chargers that just beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
Here is what we do know. The Cowboys beat up on bad teams. Dak Prescott is now 20-6 in the division.
Ding, ding,
He's
ding.
20-6 in the division. Why? Because his division is bad. But the Cowboys, who are now 1-14 over the last 2 seasons versus playoff teams, they lost this year to the one team we know that's going to make the playoffs. They beat the team that we know isn't going to make the playoffs in the Eagles. And the Chargers, I can't call them a playoff team if we're not certain. If you indecisive of if they're going to make the playoffs, then they not a playoff team. So the Cowboys did sell what they have always done. That's why I'm not fully convinced that they are better than we thought, because we thought they were good.
Interesting. How should I attack this? There's so many openings right now.
There aren't.
Oh, really? Oh, you think I'm Pacquiao? I got to retire. I can't punch back? I'm going to punch back, big dog, and be president like Pacquiao can't. Let's talk about which team has a better offense. Since you want to poke at the Dallas Cowboys, I'm going to poke at something you never poke at, the Kansas City Chiefs. Who has a better offense right now? Dallas or the Kansas City Chiefs?
Probably the Cowboys.
No, don't say nothing probably. No. Go get on the fence right now. Don't say mama. No probablys. Don't be ambiguous up here, okay? It's the Dallas Cowboys. I wonder who has a better defense. Tell me, Acho, anybody?
Cowboys, I would assume.
Oh, my God. So they're better on offense and defense, but now you want to start going into who have they played conversation. When you don't like the results, you start to get into how the results accumulate. That's unfortunate because that is cooking the books. Dallas Cowboys right now 13th in scoring defense. You bring that up. Do you bring up what they were last year? 28th in scoring defense. Is that drastic improvement? Yes. Give some of that to Dan Quinn, but also give some of that to these boys who started to realize the way to the promised land. Now, you add all this up, I'm starting to see a team that is so talented that is starting to execute, as you said, but also here's one more thing that you're not factoring in. Who's their coach? Mike McCarthy. Now, I don't like your eyebrows right now. Fix them.
Where are you going with this one?
Where am I going with this one?
I didn't want to factor in.
They are being led to a place that Mike McCarthy knows all too well, a Super Bowl championship. Let me tell you about Mike McCarthy. You remember Mike McCarthy back in Green Bay? How did it start? Started off not so well, right? And in 3 years, he had that team where? Winning a championship with an elite quarterback. Now, Aaron Rodgers is better than Dak Prescott, but they still elite level. All of a sudden, you're starting to see the climb, the ascension to that promised land. Mike McCarthy gets slighted by you for I don't know what reason. What's the point of accomplishing anything in this world if somebody gonna walk up to your accomplishments and say, yeah, but? And that's what you do to his Super Bowl championship. There are only 9 guys in the league as active head coaches that have that thing. And you go up to his and you say, yeah, but. If you look at the last 2 decades of Super Bowl champion coaches, they're all names. And then there's a couple that you could question. Doug Peterson, let's bring him up. That's your boy, I bet, because you got that Philly love. Who's a better coach, Mike McCarthy or Doug Peterson?
I believe Doug Peterson.
Why he ain't got a job then? Why he out there not gigging right now? Why is Mike McCarthy out there gigging and potentially the best job in the NFL? Because you got the star on your hat. All that adds up to a team that is being led by somebody who's done it before and has done it in the same timetable, same calendar. 3 years, give Mike McCarthy, his team will be there. Looks like they're certainly closing that gap between where they were last year and hoisting that trophy.
So many people in our country, in this life, benefit from something called the statute of limitations. They benefit from that because the statute of limitations, it allows them the ability to not be tried again based upon a certain amount of time that has passed.
And I don't like that law, but go ahead.
So if the statute of limitations can pardon someone from a negative, or it can hinder someone from the detriments of a negative attribute.
You gonna do that?
Then the statute of limitations can also be applied from something that is deemed of positive. Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl over a decade ago.
Oh, really?
Mike McCarthy did something so long ago that there is a statute of limitations on his perceived brilliance or perceived excellence. Mike McCarthy is a losing head coach without his 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks and Brett Favre.
How you gonna take him away? What's Phil Jackson without Kobe and Jordan?
Mike McCarthy is a terribly losing head coach. Now the reason I didn't bring up Mike McCarthy is because I think he's the limiting reactant of the Cowboys.
Let's go.
We saw last game, Mike McCarthy, take the timeout, big dog. What you doing? Take the timeout. Take the timeout. Then he has to go explain himself away. We saw earlier in the season for the Cowboys. Who was it against? I think it was against the Chargers or maybe even your Bucks. We're looking at McCarthy like, big dog, what are you, the Bucks or your Chargers? Like, big dog, what are you doing? Mike McCarthy is actually the only thing that might stand in the Cowboys' way of winning a Super Bowl or at least getting to an NFC championship game. Dak Prescott showing that he's coming back. I want to see more, as you all know, because I believe Dak Prescott should and can be top 5. Ezekiel Elliott, 95 yards in a game. Let's see back-to-back 75-yard games. Haven't seen that in over 17 games.
Look at that little
CeeDee
standard.
Lamb, Amari Cooper,
75.
they back. But Mike McCarthy, still much to be desired.
Oh, wow. So you didn't even go statute of limitations. You just you expired. Your greatness expired, huh? Okay, so we doing that with Mike Tomlin? Has his greatness expired? Look at your face right now. I wish I could ask you that in February, see what you do in that month. Let's talk about Sean Payton. Has his greatness expired? It's been over a decade. You can't use decade dog, once you get up there, you got up there. And we can't knock you down and say you're not that guy. Look at the list of Super Bowl champion coaches. No scrubs. I mean, for real, bruh. I mean, you can point out an outlier here or there, but we got to give him his flowers. But all I'm saying is Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, and a team that just got tired of not living up to their talent is why you're seeing something of goodness or greatness from these Dallas Cowboys. Oh, it's coming. Coming up, it's the most difficult team to make in sports. That dudes. That's right. Oh, and we only got a 3-man roster, too. Find out who made it on my list after. But first, the big reunion is just days away. I'll tell you, Bill Belichick regrets letting Tom Brady go. That's next. Don't speak for yourself.
We're just days away from the reunion everyone is waiting for. Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick. Now, Brady left New England after 20 seasons, but Belichick said his departure was not a question about not wanting him. He added, Brady, quote, looked at his options and made his decision. We weren't as good an option as Tampa, close quote. So, Sel,
Yep.
Does Bill Belichick regret letting Tom Brady go?
No, he does not regret letting Tom Brady go. Our mindset, and I'm talking about us as a collective, needs to be you make decisions and you live with the results. For Bill Belichick to regret Tom Brady leaving New England will mean two things. One, in that moment that he didn't make a calculated decision. He says he wanted Tom Brady to a point. He wanted Tom Brady to a certain limit at a certain cost. And that cost is not just financial. Now, at the same time, once Tom Brady makes his decision to go to Tampa Bay, it's on. It's gone. Peace out. We had our time. We had our 6 championships in our 20 years. But this whole mindset I think people are rooting for, or at least silently whispering about, is, Brady went out there and had success. So that means you have failed, Bill Belichick, without Tom Brady. Wait a minute. I'm going to personalize this. Everybody I ever dated, anybody I ever come in contact with, I want you to win. If not, why do I come in contact with you? I want to be in contact with losers. I want you to go out there and be better than anything. And privately, I've been engaged a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been engaged a few times, right? But I dated way more than I was engaged. It's funny when you date, you're not always associated with that person. But I know a lot of people that are famous, happy, rich, successful, married, and no one knows I know them like I know them. And it's cool. I went to a couple weddings, too. I shouldn't have been invited to, but I was there. Point being, I wasn't rooting for them to fail, and nobody else around me should have been. This is a situation where they had their greatness, and a decision was made, and you live with those results. But this rooting interest that Brady should go down, so that makes Belichick up, or vice versa, is just silly to me. If I am Bill Belichick, the great, who already walked into this relationship with Tom Brady with 2 rings already as the greatest defensive mind we've ever seen, and then we get 6 together, whatever you do after me is a you thing. It's not a we thing, because we got 6 and we had a dynasty. Oh, God, you mad at me right now.
Bill Belichick definitely regrets letting Tom Brady go.
That's
here's what I've learned as of late in life is that people aren't happy for other people's happiness if they're not happy with themselves.
Yeah.
Standard. But you think Bill Belichick is happy with himself right now, 1-2 in this season? You think Bill Belichick is happy with himself right now, 7-9 last season? You think Bill Belichick is happy with himself right now with his quarterback this season coming off a 3-interception game, including a pick 6? You think Bill Belichick is happy with himself right now with starting quarterback last season is unemployed? Bill Belichick isn't happy.
Oh, come on, bro.
Because he can't be happy for Tom Brady's happiness because he's not happy with himself. So, no, you can no longer be happy for what Tom Brady has going. But furthermore, we can rock with your relationship analogies. The real reason Bill Belichick isn't happy is Him and Tom Brady wanted the same thing while they were together. They wanted to win a ring, another ring, and another ring, and another ring. They departed, and Tom Brady went and got what Bill Belichick couldn't. See, this is different than relationships. Two people are together, they're dating, say they're engaged, they break up, they both want to be married. You can still go get married as one individual, and then the other individual who broke up can go get married.
Facts.
But in football, it's a zero-sum game.
Facts.
Only one person can win the ring that year, and Tom Brady got what Bill Belichick wanted. So because Tom Brady not only left and found happiness faster, he not only left and found a ring sooner, and Bill Belichick himself is not happy, Bill Belichick definitely has regret.
No. See, I think what you're doing is you're looking at the outcomes and saying that's the only determinant of happiness. That's not it. Because if that was the case, they played together 20 years. They won 6. 14 years, y'all didn't win. Were y'all happy? I think so, because you know what? If you weren't happy, you would have started to let a little off the throttle in the pursuit of the next ring. So that's the joy that they brought, that they didn't lose enthusiasm between the times they won and the times they didn't win. They kept this thing rolling. And it is a good example. I love the fact that you pointed out it is zero-sum game in football, but in the process, you got to find joy in that. You got to find joy in the preparation, not in just the outcome, because if so, boy, it's going to be a lot of unhappy souls playing the game of football or any sport for that matter. You're down right now if you're Bill Belichick. You invest, or are you just putting your money under the mattress?
You're more invested.
Yeah. Oh, that means you ain't investing enough. Anytime you hear somebody say, they ain't doing enough. I'm just telling you that. Next time your boys say, oh, yeah, you going out? Yeah. Oh, no, you ain't going out. You ain't got no girls. All right, here's the thing. You ain't got no bottles. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Invest a little more, Acho. All right, here's the thing. When you invest, there's ups, and Floyd Mayweather's the king of this. That's my dog. But Floyd will post when he wins something in Vegas. Have you seen Floyd post when he lose? Nah, he's still happy, I'm sure, because he still got the dough, but he down right then. So he don't want y'all to know that. There are ups and downs in any investment, any endeavor you're a part of. You're invested in this show. There are times when the ratings are higher, and I'm sure you check the ratings. I don't. And there's times when it's lower. Are you unhappy? No, you are applying yourself with enthusiasm, with happiness between the successes. And now you're going to look at Bill Belichick, who's the mastermind to this greatness. I love how I hate doing this. I do not want to divide up their dynasty. But if we're going to start to give some love out and start to take love away, y'all better give love back to Bill Belichick. I'm going to remind y'all in the first 5 playoff games Tom Brady had, first 5, which means Super Bowl championships, 59% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a 76 passer rating. I'm going to remind y'all that when the Patriots are out there winning games in the playoffs, early Brady, when Brady threw 2 or more interceptions, guess what their record was? 6-4. That means Brady, throw the ball away. We ain't tripping. We got defense and special teams. Not going to say they carried Tom Brady, but they helped him a lot. Let's talk about the Patriots. 10-6 in the playoffs when Brady had a passer rating under 80. If someone walks out there on the field and says, that quarterback we playing right now going to have a passer rating under 80, everybody on this side of the ball is going to be excited. And Belichick covered up for those issues. So I'm not going to let you now look at Bill Belichick 1 year removed from a divorce of a dynasty and then look at him like he regrets something. He helped make that decision for Tom Brady.
So that was cute. That was cute. Here is what I got a level
hit you with that Tiger Woods.
Because we've all kind of fell into the trap of believing this lie that Tom Brady was carried to his first 3 Super Bowls. But the last 24 hours, I had to get from under the trap and release myself to the truth.
The trap?
The year 2000, the Patriots were 5-11. Quarterback by a 4-time Pro Bowler, $100 million quarterback.
First $100 million
quarterback. Patriots were 5-11.
Facts.
But the Patriots still had Willie McGinnis on defense.
Mac.
Still had Teddy Bruschi on defense. Still had Ty Law on defense.
Busy.
Still had Lawyer Malloy on defense.
The law in the
They
building.
still had all them dogs on defense, but we're only 5-11. Insert Tom Brady, now they're 11-5 and win the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to sit here and say, wait a second, Tom Brady was carried, because Willie, Ty Law, Teddy Bruschi, Lawyer Malloy, they couldn't carry Drew Bledsoe. And Drew Bledsoe was way better than Tom Brady at the time, at least in dollars and in perception.
Wow.
I am going to do it, because now let's not go history. Let me bring y'all back to 2011, 2012.
Okay.
Russell Wilson was carried to a Super Bowl by the Seahawks. I've even uttered that, but I got to thinking again. Wait, the Seahawks had Cam Chancellor. They had Earl
Beast.
Thomas.
Beast.
They had Richard Sherman. If I'm not mistaken, they had Doug Baldwin. I know they had Marshawn Lynch, but they were 7-9. They also had Pete Carroll, head coach.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson shows up. All of a sudden, the Seahawks are in a Super Bowl and winning a Super Bowl. So, Sal, a quarterback can win games. A quarterback can also lose games. Tom Brady was still the driving and determining, if not driving factor. He was the determining factor for Bill Belichick's early success. Bill Belichick, he knows that. And as of late, he's reminiscing on that. And as he looks out and sees Tom Brady so happy, he can't help but regret. He can't help but regret letting him go.
Well, he ain't going to see a happy Tom Brady after they just came out here against the Rams and got mollywopped. So if you want to talk about happiness, is happiness everlasting? Is happiness just like in the moment? Like, I don't even know. Like, people come up to me all the time like, I'm not feeling good today. I was like, that's just today. But are you generally happy? Like, on the other side of happiness is sadness, right? So flip the coin. How do you want this to turn out? If you're Bill Belichick, you're like, okay, we took an L. I've taken L's before. I'm still happy with my decisions. I don't regret my decisions. There's only been 1 year that you could use Belichick and Brady in this comparison where Tom Brady was gone and you saw what Bill Belichick was able to do in that system, right? There was 1 year. I'm not talking about all these quarterbacks that are coming for 2 games and 3 games. I'm talking about 1 full year. How many games they win a year?
11. Missed the playoffs.
11. You just said Tom Brady second year, 11 wins. Ooh, lucky that the other teams weren't good that year because then they would have missed the playoffs. 11 wins is 11 wins, big dog. 17 of the 20 seasons they were together, they had a top 10 scoring defense. Come on, man. 4 of the 6 championships they won, the defense had a better scoring defense than the offense in 4 of the 6. Like, this is just like, I don't know why we want to just stretch them apart and say you versus you. But if we going to do that, Belichick looking at Tom Brady like, you better be happy you gone, because now you proved to everybody else you had something. Because if you would have stayed here, they would have known the reality. It's all on Bill. Coming up, the Eagles have Jalen Hurts. I ain't mean that, Tom. But we'll tell you if Philly should consider trading for Deshaun Watson. I get excited up here sometimes and competitive. That's next on Speak for Yourself. Oh, Deshaun. Saturday is a huge Big Ten battle as Michigan takes on Wisconsin. All starts at 10 a.m. Eastern with the Big Noon Kickoff crew live in Madison. Then it's the Big Noon Saturday game of the week. Michigan, Wisconsin, only on Fox. Love that. Speaking of college football, don't miss your chance to win thousands of dollars in this week's special college football Stack the Cash contest on the Fox Bet Super 6 app. The more people who enter, the more money gets added to the winning jackpot. Ching-ching. Scan the QR code on the screen, download the app, and correctly pick the outcomes of 6 games for your shot to win big. Invite your friends and raise the jackpot. Let's do it. It's completely free to play. Let's get back to the NFL, and Jalen Hurts had a rough night in Monday's loss to the Cowboys. That only increased the rumor mill about Deshaun Watson. Our own Jay Glazer reported the Texans have softened their asking price on their quarterback. And another report says the Dolphins have been the team to watch, but added, quote, it will be foolish to not watch others, specifically including the Eagles. Acho, your former team there, should the Eagles consider trading for Deshaun Watson?
Absolutely, Sel. And now we know that Jalen Hurts isn't ready to take the Eagles based upon all of the Eagles' deficiencies where the Eagles want to go. Right? We know that Jalen Hurts will be a very good quarterback, but right now the Eagles, they just don't have enough help for Jalen Hurts. I think quarterbacks are in 4 categories: bad, good, really good, overcomers. Jalen Hurts is currently good. I think now he's somewhere on the edge of bad to good based upon his last performance, based upon NFL standards.
Right.
But Jalen Hurts is good. Deshaun Watson, however, is in between really good to overcomer. Overcomer meaning I can overcome the circumstances around me to a degree and pull my team up. Russell Wilson, overcomer last year. Seahawks had the worst defense based on yards given up per play. They were still 4-0. Aaron Rodgers, overcomer. Last year, the Green Bay Packers had the worst defense. Seahawks had the second to last. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers had the worst defense. Start season, 4 quick wins. Give me that.
Give me that.
But Jalen Hurts, I don't think so. He can bring everybody in Philadelphia up because that's too much work to do. Deshaun, on the other hand, we know Deshaun Watson has that ability to overcome to an extent. Now, at the point in which his coach gets fired in the middle of the season, Bill O'Brien, the number one receiver on his team, DeAndre Hopkins, gets traded, his star running backs are injured, then yes, you're going to wind up 4-12. I understand that. But 10-6 and 11-5 the 2 years prior when you did have coaching stability, even if it's bad coaching stability, at least the stability. When DeAndre Hopkins is there, even if it is just Hop, and then you got a little bit of Brandon Cooks, you got a little bit of Will Fuller when Will Fuller's healthy, that's still enough. I think that Deshaun Watson, if you were to couple him with a speedster in Jalen Reagor, if you were to couple him with a Devontae Smith, if he were to be able to be utilized with the Miles Sanders, then he would be able to elevate the Eagles enough, as opposed to Jalen Hurts, who still needs a little bit of time to get to that really good level.
Oh, okay. We're about to go at it. Loosen up, unbutton, whatever you're going to do. Take that rollie off for sure. Compton going to come out. Here's the thing. I am not considering trading for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, to me, right now, is what he is to the Houston Texans. Not available. Like, he is getting paid not to play right there. Let's stop. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what his issues are. I don't know what he is trying to say about ownership, what his bottom line stance is. But regardless of what that is, that's weird. And it's weird that they're allowing this to happen. Like, I don't even know why ownership is not activating them and saying, okay, we're going to figure this out. You're going to fake an injury or something. It's just weird. Okay. So I don't want to invite weirdness to my locker room if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm just being real about this. Second thing is, Deshaun Watson, as great as he is, doesn't add up to wins. Like, if you look at Deshaun 28-25, and that's not include the playoff record, Deshaun Watson has the same exact, and I keep saying this, he has the same exact 4 years playoff and regular season record as the quarterbacks that preceded him. And the quarterbacks that preceded him were so bad that they went and got Deshaun Watson. And that's not good. So I'm inviting something weird to my locker room. And I'm also inviting a guy who doesn't fully translate in terms of wins despite his individual greatness. Didn't you just tell me about the issues on the roster of the Eagles? So if he doesn't translate, because he didn't translate well the last 2 seasons, well, especially the last season, let's go 4-12, with issues on the roster, he's going to do it in Philly? My last point is this. Woo! We're going to have a conversation, Deshaun, about, like, what's going on in this conversation and allegation? Like, we don't know if you're going to be able to play, so we're not going to touch that. That's a real life issue. But in terms of even putting yourself in that position, see, this is the parent in me. And sometimes this gets me in trouble because I go way too deep into stuff when it's like, dog, chill, you're my homeboy, not my dad. How'd you get in that position in the first place is the conversation I'm going to have, because I'm bringing that into my locker room. These are very difficult conversations that teams need to have. If not, you're going to be blindly inviting something into your locker room that you don't have full attention or notice of. All that added up, Deshaun Watson is who he is to the Houston Texans. Just a guy on the roster not doing anything.
Here's the question, Zosel. The 2 questions I look at for the Eagles is it's a talent question and it's a reception question.
Let's go.
Talent. Does Deshaun Watson have the talent that we need to take us to where we want to go? Yes. You know, the Eagles still have center, stalwart player in Jason Kelce, a dog.
Beast.
Just stout up front.
All day.
They still do have 2 first-round picks at wide receiver. Still have Zach Ertz, just had a touchdown, still capable of playing at a high level. Still have Dallas Goedert, other tight end, capable of playing at a high level. Still have Miles Sanders, who's shown he is playing at a high level. So you still got the talent. But Jalen Hurts isn't yet at a point where he can maximize the talent. Deshaun Watson, however, is. Talent question answered. Now the question is reception question. Even when and if all the allegations get cleared up, if they do,
yeah,
you got to see, is he going to be received? Right? Like, how is that city? How are those fans? How is ownership? How is the locker room going to receive him? Remember, I played for the Eagles. Remember, I played for the Eagles with a quarterback that also went through and was convicted of things.
Talk to us.
And the city, the locker room, the ownership, they were able to receive him after he went through everything he went through, served time for everything he served time for. And he had just as long as a career post-drama as he did pre-criminal charges, et cetera, and convictions. So when I think about talent, Deshaun Watson clearly has the talent to elevate the Eagles roster. When I think about reception, the city of Philadelphia, the ownership in Philadelphia has shown they are capable of receiving quarterbacks who go through things, whether allegations or convictions, and allowing those quarterbacks to have second chances and play well.
I like that. Well, we need Tony Dungy to vouch for him like he did for that quarterback you talking about. Because without that holy vouching from Tony Dungy, it's going to be a different reception, let's just say that, especially when it's the unknown. It's almost worse than when you know something, because then you know what to deal with. When it's the unknown, your imagination takes over. You start to go to places that may not even be in reality, and that's just a different reception. But I love your points. Great points. Here's another thing. Let's give some love to Jalen Hurts. I think we're discarding him right now in this conversation. Talking about Deshaun Watson or, we're stuck with Jalen Hurts. Stuck with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts went against the Cowboys, number 1 in takeaways, right? Number 1 turnover margin. And what did he do for the first time this year? Throw 2 interceptions. First time this year. Okay, we're going to take away from Jalen Hurts, but we forget Jalen Hurts is top half of the league in passer rating. We're going to forget that Jalen Hurts has now had his 3rd career 300 passing yard game or more. We're going to forget that he only trails 2 quarterbacks, and both of them can run, in Lamar Jackson and Daniel Jones in yards per carry at the position. I said yesterday when we had Sanchez on that I don't think he's great enough to overcome all of this, but I think he's good enough that you should invest in him further to see if he can be great enough while blossoming things around him. I don't want to get rid of Jalen Hurts, especially for an unknown in Deshaun Watson. Not in terms of talent, you're right, but in terms of recognition, reception, but more so, is he going to be able to play? He is in a situation right now, he's not even playing. No one can explain that to me. He's not playing. We on that team, so okay. And then there's Deshaun Watson and everybody else, right? And we see Deshaun. How you doing, big dog? Oh, I'm good. Yeah, I know you good. Why you not playing? Oh, man, I ain't never playing here again. But you here. But you never playing here again. That right there is something that will make me feel as a teammate, okay, I feel slighted, but also okay. I ain't going to count your money and I ain't going to get in your business. But then do you want to invite that to a locker room? That has nothing to do with that. Are they going to be sitting there, there's Deshaun? Or are they going to be sitting there like, dog, you left your brothers a little hanging. This team, Houston, if Tyrod Taylor is healthy, who knows what they could be right now? But even with him injured, they have shown more dog and more fight than we anticipated. Imagine if Deshaun was playing.
But here's what we know at high-level sports, and let's just be real. It might not be nice, but let's be real.
Okay.
You'll invite whatever into a locker room if it can help you win.
You ain't never lied.
Whatever.
Right.
I mean, remember, James Harden purely abandoned the Houston Rockets and went to the Brooklyn Nets, and they welcomed him with open arms. Antonio Brown had been through everything he had went through. Tampa Bay Bucks, open arms. You'll invite Josh Gordon. He's gone through all of his suspensions and reinstatements and suspensions. Yeah. Kansas City Chiefs like, hey, big dog, we got a spot for you. In the NFL, in professional sports, you will invite whatever you need to invite into a locker room if it can help you win, if it can help you win now, and if it can help you win at a high level. Deshaun Watson can help the Eagles win. He can help the Eagles win at a high level. And all of a sudden, the Eagles would have the best quarterback in the division. All of a sudden, Eagles are looking around like, wait a second.
Another topic. No,
Eagles
we're not doing it.
Like,
hold up.
Eagles looking around like,
who better, Deshaun or Dak?
That's not a question. That's not a question. Don't.
Who's better? Who better?
That's not a question.
Dak has never had a losing record when healthy. Deshaun has.
Is by far and away better than Dak.
More talented. Yeah, Tom Brady looks at Aaron Rodgers and says, yeah, you're more talented. How that add up? Like, we don't have that conversation? Dak adds up. Dak ain't going 4-12 ever. He can't now because he got to go 4-13.
He was on pace to go 4-12 last year.
Oh, you gonna go pace?
You gave me pace all last year. He gonna throw for 6,000 yards. He gonna throw for 3,900. He gonna do all that. You gave me pace all that. Talk about pace.
You gonna come at a late bloomer and talk about pace? You know what I mean? The homies that was in front of me and I went and called them and passed them and said, I help you get up here. It ain't about pace. It's about, have you ever seen Dak Prescott healthy ever have a losing season? Go. And they had issues.
No, I have not.
Coming up?
No, I ain't no coming up.
What do they? Dak will not do 4-12 and blame the organization.
Marcellus Wiley.
He ain't going to blame racism.
Deshaun Watson was about to win an MVP his rookie year. Nobody.
And so was your boy Carson Wentz. How'd that turn out?
Give Deshaun Watson
almost
give
MVP.
Deshaun Watson a 1,600-yard rusher in Ezekiel Elliott.
When is he going to run for 1,600 ever again?
His rookie year when Dak
I said ever again.
Give Deshaun Watson, Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, more than likely all going to the Hall of Fame.
So give Jalen Hurts that and he going to ball out. I mean, give anybody that, they're going to ball out. The problem is when you ain't got that, are you going to go 4-12? Dak won't. But Deshaun will, throwing the ball up there, empty calories.
Have a coach.
Empty calories.
Deshaun had no coach, no star receiver, no star running back.
No star receiver.
What you expect? Last year when he went 4-12.
Did DeAndre Hopkins complain when he had all them sorry quarterbacks? He wasn't tripping. He said, I'm still going to be D-Hop.
He got out of there, didn't he?
He did get out of there.
Bill O'Brien had beef and he got out of there.
And he got out of there. You know what? He got out of there without sitting there and saying, I ain't going to play. And then everybody sitting there saying, I don't know what that is in terms of your character, but I want to invite it in. It's a way to leave, bro. You just got here a year ago. You know it's a way to leave.
Nobody in their right mind, in their correct, proper state of mind,
I'm in my left mind,
would think that Deshaun Watson is not as good a quarterback as Dak.
You taking some heat off that fastball, though. I like that. Throw me a change up. First you said he better. Now you said not as good. Keep going.
He is better. He's better.
Better in what?
Whatever. Arm strength, accuracy, mobility, whatever.
What combine we at right now? Arm strength. I'm talking about making your team get in position. Has he won the division as many times?
Who would you rather play? Let's go to your former co-host, Max Kellerman. And you always said what your dog Max Kellerman would say was, who would you rather have been?
Who would I rather
in
be?
that fight, who would you rather be? I'm not saying right now who would you rather be, because you're a defender, so let's ask a better question.
Okay.
Who would you rather play against? Dak Prescott or Deshaun Watson?
Okay, I'm going to show you right now who I'd rather be.
And I didn't say who'd you rather be.
Okay, you know me.
Who would you rather play against? You're a defender.
Okay. I got a C on my chest, and it ain't because I'm the captain. It's because I'm a capitalist. I'd rather be Dak Prescott in any regard. He got the higher contract. He's the better player.
Who would you rather play against?
I'd rather play against Dak. And
of course.
No, it's for the reason that you don't think, and I'm going to give it to you. It's a little counterintuitive. Dak is going to stay within his system with more discipline than Deshaun. I hated the guy. This was the craziest misconception in the world, that when you run, that's a liability as a quarterback. As a defender, I'm like, when you run, I'm like, what do I do? I'm not as talented as you, not as athletic as you. I'm not going to catch you. All you got to do is pump fake, and I'm going to go, Pavlov's dog. I'm like, Deshaun is going to extend plays that I don't want to deal with. But if you're asking me if I'm a coach of a team, I'd rather see Deshaun, because somehow, some way, all that greatness ain't going to add up to us losing. We actually going to beat Deshaun Watson and whatever team he's playing for, because right now, he ain't playing for nobody. Coming up, Kyler Murray's Cardinals. Kyler Murray better than Deshaun. Okay, anyway. Are one of the 5 remaining undefeated teams in the league. But we'll tell you if they're contenders or pretenders. Next on Speak for Yourself. Okay, I get it, Sean. Welcome back. We're 3 weeks into the NFL season. Boy, you ain't never won no Heisman.
Middle school.
Went to a big school.
Middle school. What? I won a middle school Heisman.
You did?
Down.
No. That's official. I see you over here lying. All right, week 3 of the NFL season. We have some undefeated teams that are surprising to most people out there. We'll tell you if these teams are contenders or pretenders for the rest of the season. So, Acho, let's start in Arizona. Are the Cardinals contenders or pretenders?
This is the hardest one for me, Marcellus Wiley, but I'm going to say my dogs are contenders. I think that when you have DeAndre Hopkins, when you have Kyler Murray, who's now in his bag, when you have A.J. Green, surprisingly, he's been contributing, Christian Kirk, Rondale Moore, it's near impossible with all that talent to not be able to contend. Just ask the Cowboys. There's so much talent on the roster. The only thing that can stop them,
don't do that.
Is that
you don't like coaches, huh? What coaches do to you?
The only thing that can stop them boys. So when I look at it, the Arizona Cardinals, they contenders, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. They're contenders. They just got too much firepower on the offensive side of the ball. You shouldn't be surprised by the Cardinals right now. With Kyler Murray outscoring opponents by 38 points. You look at them, number 1 scoring offense, and just look at the faces. I keep telling you, it's a talent-based game. We could get into chemistry. We could get into relationships. We could get into how we work well together. Do we have the dogs? Do we have the horses? And you look at Kyler Murray, because of his pocket presence and how he's increased that awareness, and all of that mobility and the flex that he can do in and out the pocket is just too much for defenses to cover.
Here's my only fear, Sel, that the Cardinals, they beat the Jaguars. We know how bad the Jaguars are, but they almost lost that game. And they almost lost that game, if y'all remember, the switch of the bad kick, 68-yard field goal. Jacksonville, boom, takes it 109 yards to the house.
Yep.
Shout out Gus Johnson, incredible call.
Oh, yeah, he killed
And
that.
they beat the Minnesota Vikings because the Vikings missed a 37-yard field goal. It could easily be at least 2-1.
Yeah, but they also, you want to see right here, they smoked Tennessee right there. And I almost hit you, but I didn't, so almost doesn't count. That was a song I used to like. All right, next up, we have a surprising 3-0 team in the AFC West. Acho, Broncos. My favorite team growing up. Contenders or pretenders?
I so desperately want to say that the Broncos are contenders.
But
they not. They pretended. Let me tell you why they're pretending. Week 1, who did they beat? Oh, they just beat the Giants and Daniel Jones. Week 2, who did they beat? Oh, they just beat, if I'm not mistaken, what was it? The lowly Jaguars. Week 3, who did they beat? Oh, they beat the Jets. Come on, big dog. They're one of 3 teams, I believe, to have faced winning teams? I can't even get the word out how bad the Jags,
Flabbergasted.
and the Giants are. So I can't call you a contender when you beat Daniel Jones, when you beat Trevor Lawrence, when you beat Zach Wilson. What you want me to believe?
I want you to believe that on my card it says they beat the Jets 26 to donut. Donut? Okay, y'all some contenders for real. Teddy Bridgewater takes care of the football. They got problems on the other side when you try to defend against this team. You know why? Because Teddy Bridgewater has the firepower. They have the weapons. They got a great receiving core. You look at them, number 1 scoring defense. Hey, what's up, Bob Miller? Back at it. Number 1 in point differential. That's what the people in Vegas bet on. They say, how are you beating these teams? You keep talking about what teams are you beating. Dive deeper, my brother. The Denver Broncos obviously are contenders.
Sel, I want to believe you, and I love Teddy Bridgewater. Love Teddy.
Number 1.
Here's the thing, big dog. If you have only beat Daniel Jones, who has shown proficiency in falling over himself worse than you fell over yourself on set. I'm saying, if you've only beat Daniel Jones, and you've only beat Trevor Lawrence in his second start, and you've only beat Zach Wilson, nothing about that can make me jump on the bandwagon quickly. Eventually.
Okay.
I can't go just now.
Okay. This team already is 3-0.
Yes, sir.
What are the Kansas City Chiefs right now?
I get it.
1 and 2. Imagine they split or they beat the Chiefs twice. Come on, man.
Imagine if I had $1 billion tomorrow.
Keep working. Never know. Moving up to another 3-0 team in the AFC West. You had a good year. Acho, are the Raiders? Oh, be careful now. They got a fan base. Contenders or pretenders?
For me, on this one, Raiders contenders.
Okay.
Raiders, I'm happy for y'all, man. I'm so happy for the Las Vegas Raiders. You go to Vegas, turn up. You winning games like I'm winning blackjack hands, baby. Derek Carr, he's back in his, not MVP form, but in his Pro Bowl form.
Yes.
John Gruden, he's an offensive guru. That's what they told me. He looks like an offensive guru.
He does.
You show up, you beat the Ravens. You beat the Steelers. You beat the Dolphins. I get it. Tua didn't play, but I don't care. You beat teams that were in the playoffs last year or that were right outside the playoffs. All of those wins are impressive.
Number 1 offense right here. Number 1 passing offense in the passing NFL. Oh, yeah, the Raiders are contenders. Shout out to my boy Danny Davis. I'm going to a Raider game next month.
What they got?
Man, I can't tell everybody where I'm at. Raider fans don't mess with my Chargers.
Why didn't I get invited is my question.
You got $1 billion on the way, so you can pay for your own damn tickets. Let's talk about these Raiders for real. They are playing with the energy of their new stadium. Their fan base is all in attendance. You can see it. Only 2 turnovers this season. You can see Derek Carr out there MVP pace right now. You got to respect the Raiders. They're starting to come together.
The question, however, has to be contenders contending for what? Right? Like, are the Raiders
division lead
contending for AFC Championship game? I don't know. Can we go that far yet? Like, do you really think the Raiders are a viable threat to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl?
Absolutely. Right now in the division where the Kansas City Chiefs look up to them 2 games behind, you look at them MVP quarterback plays. They're getting after the quarterback on the defensive side without even blitzing. Boys out there beasting. Yeah, real contenders right there. And last but not least, Acho, the Panthers. Contenders or pretenders?
Matt Rule, I love you as a head coach. Joe Brady, I love you as an offensive coordinator.
I like Matt
Sam
Rule.
Darnold, I love your redemption story. but I hate y'all as contenders.
Don't do that.
They're pretenders, big
Don't
dog.
do that.
Here is why. You beat Zach Wilson in his first ever.
Leave Zach Wilson alone.
My bad, Zach. You giving people a lot of love. You beat Zach Wilson in his first ever start.
Yes.
You beat Jameis Winston in his second start in 20 years, and you beat Davis Mills in his first ever start. So they are really just picking apart people who haven't played a lot of football as of late. Zach Wilson's first ever start in the NFL. Davis Mills' first ever start in the NFL. I get it. You're about to tell me all of the Panthers' great defensive numbers. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, you gonna do that?
Numbers,
hear me,
but their numbers aren't irrelevant, but they mean less because of the competition.
Oh, it does? The competition? The same competition. They beat New Orleans 26-7 when they were coming off a high of beating the Green Bay Packers, who just beat the San Francisco 49ers, and we think Green Bay is good, so they must be good because they beat the team that beat them. That's all good. Let's talk about those defensive numbers. Put that damn IFB back in. We both play defense, dog. We got to respect our side of the ball.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Number one defense, young boys flying around. And then you may look at this and just say, 4 players in Matt Rule, and I just see, C-Mac. And when C-Mac comes back, it's going to be a problem. The champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now are looking up at those contenders right there in the Carolina
Here's
Panthers.
the thing, though, Sel. Why don't you at all respect competition?
Because they all good teams. They're all full.
No, that's a lie. You know that's a lie. You know that's a lie. This line. I'm not crossing.
You want to?
But you know, not all the teams in the NFL are good teams.
I ain't had that finger pointed at me since '88. My daddy, his finger crooked now. All right, here's the thing. Let me say this. How many teams have gone undefeated in the NFL?
2? Or 3?
Yeah, two. Okay. You got the Dolphins, 4 teams.
Yep.
And then you got the 6 teams.
85 Bears, did they not do it?
Nah. They lost that one game against Miami. So here's the thing. If any given Sunday you can lose, because only 2 teams have ever run the regular season table, correct?
Oh, I like your take.
Yeah. So that's why I always respect opponents. I ain't trying to say, we should lose to them. I'm like, dog, there are a few All-Americans over there. There are a few Pro Bowlers over there and a future Hall of Famer over there. Any given Sunday. So far, every Sunday, they've gone out there and took care of business. All right, that'll do it for this week's Contenders or Pretenders. We'll see if these teams are the real deal. You want to do it? Did it do it good? Let me do that right now. Let me try to get some of that. I just see cats do that. That boy got them skills coming up. Dallas had a big win over Philly Monday night. Kick that ball. Oh, look out, dog. We'll tell you why we should really believe in the Cowboys. Next, Speak for Yourself.
You almost broke the setting.
Yeah, I'm about to say, thanks for catching it. The camera was right there.
Let's head back to the city that made me and, paid Sel. That's Dallas. How about them Cowboys? They on top of the NFC East, baby, after beating the Eagles. And things, they appear to be clicking on both sides of the ball. Dallas's offense is ranked in the top five. And the Dallas Morning News says defensive coordinator Dan Quinn has, quote, reshaped one of the NFL's worst defenses. So, Sel.
Yes, sir, yes.
We believe in the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But why should we believe in the Cowboys?
To me, it's simple. It's simple math. It's the talent maturing, and it's also that they have the proper leader in Mike McCarthy. Oh, God, I hate you because you don't.
Why so soon?
Why so soon? Okay.
You know I hate that. It's like leading with vegetables. You don't give MJ the vegetables in the morning for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just sneak the vegetables in, Sel. No. Sneak in what I hate. Just don't lead with it.
I feel you. I'm sorry. Broccolini? Anybody? No, okay. Seriously, I just look at this team as so talent-laden. This team obviously had its fortunes flashed before their very eyes with the injury to Dak Prescott last year. And somehow, some way, that brings a seriousness to you. Because the talented, you know what the curse of the gifted is that you kind of rest on your talents. You rest on your laurels of that talent. And this team, say what you want about Jerry Jones, he has put together a roster. They have talent. They got a roster so good that Micah Parsons shows up, and then you're looking at other guys who are talented. You're like, I don't know where he's going to play. And the linebacker core, these are dudes who should be starting anywhere and everywhere. I look at this roster and this construction. I look at the fact that now they have an understanding of what it takes. You talked about it earlier in the show, in execution. When you get serious about your craft, instead of just saying, hey, I could just go out there, put the number on, put the jersey on, they read the back of it, they see the name, and that's the game. When you actually approach it like it's a true craft, and then you get your leader on the field back in Dak Prescott. And I am not saying this in any hot take version. Mike McCarthy's only one of 9 coaches that have won a Super Bowl. Say what you want, if he was getting carried or he was doing a pulling. Mike McCarthy knows what it looks like to get up to the top of that mountain.
That is true.
And so I don't know about his clock management. I don't know about all that, but I know he knows how to count up to one Super Bowl championship. He may be able to do it a second time because this roster right here is too talented to ignore.
We should believe in the Cowboys because we doubt everyone else in the NFC East. The reason we should believe in the Cowboys is because I doubt all their opponents. I'm going to give it to you like this. The Cowboys are a reflection of their schedule, not their record.
Oh, God.
Here's the thing. The Cowboys beat the Philadelphia Eagles. We know the Philadelphia Eagles are not good. The Cowboys beat the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers may be good, TBD. I'm not going to slight them at all. But the Cowboys lost to the team that we know is good in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Cowboys are a reflection of their schedule, not their record. That is fine, Cowboys fans. You can rest. You can sleep with that. Got the second easiest schedule this season, so you know that you are good. Until you get to the playoffs. So we should believe in the Cowboys because we doubt the Philadelphia Eagles. We should believe in the Cowboys because we doubt the Washington football team. We should believe in the Cowboys because we more than doubt the New York Giants. But we can't necessarily believe in the Cowboys exclusively because of what the Cowboys have done. So my belief in the Cowboys is more so predicated upon my lack of belief in everyone else. And that's how I look at it. I'm going to end my lap like this. You and I try to talk intellectually on this show, and 2 weeks ago, we had a long explorative conversation on relativity. And I brought to you Marcellus Wiley. I said, when an object is falling in motion, when does it not appear to be in motion? And you reminded me, as Albert Einstein reminded us, when everything else is falling with it. Well, the Giants are falling, and they falling fast.
Free fall.
The Eagles are falling, and they're falling fast. Washington is falling, but not at the same pace. So even if the Dallas Cowboys are standing still with Dak Prescott, usually winning 8, 9, or 10 games, as everybody else in the NFC is falling, it appears that the Cowboys are rising. They're not, in fact, rising. It's just everybody else is falling. I'm going to give you an analogy real quick. I landed from Chicago this past week, and I had to go visit my brother in Chicago. We had to speak together. And I was sitting at the plane. We had just arrived back in L.A., Sal, and ding, I hear the thing. So I take off my seatbelt. I stand up. I take off my seatbelt and I stand up. The plane should no longer be moving. But as I look, I'm like, hey, why it look like I'm going backwards? I wasn't actually moving. It was that the plane next to me was in motion. And so I was like, wait a second, why it look like I'm moving? So then I checked behind me. I was like, oh, I'm not moving. The object next to me is moving. I'm not convinced that the Cowboys are moving forward as much as the Eagles, the Giants, Washington are moving backwards. And that is why we should believe in them Cowboys.
Them first-class drinks to get you, boy. Over there sipping that little napkin.
Who else gonna get us? Bucky Brooks, NFL analyst, my dog. What's up with you? Why should we believe in the Cowboys?
He lit.
Well, I think we need to believe in the Cowboys because both of you guys need to issue the Cowboys apologies. Because I feel like I've been supporting the Cowboys all offseason. I've been dealing with Dak hate and Ezekiel Elliott hate and all this other stuff. And I think what we're finding is that it's players, not plays. So Marcellus made a good point when he talked about the talent on the roster because the talent is certainly immense, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. You have a quarterback playing at an MVP level. You have the best running back tandem in football in Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. You have a team who has 2 number 1 receivers in C.D. Lamb and Amari Cooper. And people are having a tough time dealing with an offense that makes you pick your poison, as Kellen Moore likes to say. But then it's the defense that we have to get excited about. And I love to quote great people. So let me make sure I get this right. It's energy, effort, and execution that is leading to the Cowboys playing well. And so when I look at the Cowboys, I see fantastic energy. I'm seeing excellent effort, and I'm seeing great execution. Dan Quinn has come in and created a culture of accountability, and the guys are buying in. And so when I look at this team, regardless of whether Mike McCarthy is an A-level coach, a B-level coach, a C-level coach, the team is so talented that they are going to get to the winner's circle with or without him coaching at a high level.
Bucky. I love it. Please don't ever count me with the achos of the world who don't believe in the Dallas Cowboys, because I actually do believe in the Dallas Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott is a different conversation. Now, I don't know about
Cowboy.
He a Cowboy, but not all Cowboys are created equal. Let's talk about this. You need to get over 100 yards. It's just that simple, goddamn. It ain't that hard. Like 95, 91, 66, like 100, bro, 100. All right, this is my point. I know this is a talent-based conversation, and Acho loves to go deeper than that. He wants to quote Newton, and what the hell? You on airplanes going backwards, but you ain't moving, but you... Well, we got an epidemic in this country. We got a problem right now. Here's the thing. If you look at this team, it's just simple about talent. Acho and I just had a conversation, and we actually witnessed someone. And we said this off air, and I think this will play on air as well. And if not, oh well, I violated people before. I know someone who was famous, was a top 5 pick, who played in L.A. and New York, who is great looking and can talk that talk. And Acho and I both said, man, that dude is talented. It's just a matter of time before that guy, by the name, I ain't gonna say his name, Mark Sanchez. God damn, Mark Sanchez is about to take over the world, y'all. I'm just calling here. I'm here to let you know before it happens to you. Same thing with Emmanuel Acho. Like Acho, we clowned yesterday. A lot of people come up to me and want me to mentor, just I'm older. So they were like, yo, give me some tricks of the trade. But Acho, I knew you was fresh. I said, dog, this dude is articulate. And I ain't mean it in the way that other people say it. Like, I mean it like, dog, I know I can speak, but this dude is speaking something else. You can just see it. Be real about the Dallas Cowboys. For years, the reason why we've always had a head scratching about this team is because they haven't lived up to expectations based on talent. What happens when they do? Looks like they are right now in this moment. Only thing I want to push back on you, Bucky, is the fact that we can't give all this credit to Dan Quinn. I told that before. I'm going to tell you this now. Bucky, let's do some math right here. Since Dan Quinn's only been there for 3 games, why do the Dallas Cowboys have at least 2 takeaways in their last 7 games? Ooh, Dan Quinn was there. What? He red shirt last year? All right, whatever. 1 takeaway in 11 of their last 12 games. Wait, Dan Quinn, what? 2 sacks in 6 of their last 7 games. I love you, Dan Quinn. You took something that was already rolling and you made it roll faster. And you're going to get the credit for it as you deserve. But this Dallas team with all that talent, once Dak went down, especially defensively, started to right that ship, and it started last year.
Here's the thing, though, fellas, and again, we've all agreed that the Cowboys are playing good football. Bucky, really I said good. That before we brought you in. They're playing good football.
Really good.
My only cause for concern, Sel, is what is going to be the difference between this Cowboys team and Cowboys teams of past? What do I mean? 16 of the last 19 seasons, the Cowboys have started 2-1. 16 of the last 19. However, in the previous 15 seasons, because this year makes 16, when they started 2-1 6 times, they made the playoffs, and 9 times they missed the playoffs. Now, I'm convinced the Cowboys will make the playoffs because their division is not very good. So we're putting them in the playoffs. However, this Cowboys team is no more or less talented than Cowboys teams of yesteryear. This Cowboys team is no more talented to me than the Cowboys team I had to play against, call it 2014, with DeMarco Murray, who led the NFL in rushing. Jason Witten, who was on his way to solidifying his Hall of Fame career. Tony Romo before the back injuries. Des Bryant, Cowboys leader in touchdown receptions. Cole Beasley, who I knew had all-pro talent. The rest of the world just hadn't found out yet. Terrence Williams, who was a capable 800-yard receiver. This Cowboys team is no more talented to me than the Cowboys teams of yesteryear who had a healthy Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, and Zach Martin. So when I look at this Cowboys team, which is uber talented, I just am yet to be able to identify the difference between this team and the teams of yesteryear that were just as sexy, that won 10 games, 10-6, that won 13-3, that went 12-4 en route to beating us and going into the playoffs the year we went 10-6. I just don't know how to identify the difference. Do I believe in the Cowboys? Yes, by force, not necessarily by choice.
Oh, man, that's nice. I think I'm going to have to kill 2 birds with 1 stone when I talk about this. Marcellus talked about, look, Dan Quinn took something that was already nice, but how can we say that he made it better? Last time I was on the show, and I got a text from my mama because I was talking about the Pete's Cobbler. She was like, hold on, don't be claiming my Pete's Cobbler. Don't be claiming that. So, Ma, I apologize. So I won't claim that I made it all the way better, but I did. So when I think about this Cowboys team, and I think about Dan Quinn has certainly made it better because, Acho, when you did the XO of the videotape, you showed the Cowboys playing against the Browns and the lackluster effort.
Yes, sir.
And then you showed the effort against the Eagles. That is coach.
Yes, sir.
That is something that the coach does to the talent. And if you let the talent slack off, they will slack off. But Dan Quinn is holding them accountable. So that certainly plays a part in it. But the real reason why this team is going to be better when we get into the postseason, once again, it's improving upon what was already good. So Emmanuel brought up, hey, the Cowboys in the past and all this. The difference is the quarterback. No disrespect to the great Tony Romo, the broadcaster, but Dak Prescott is a better player. And when you have a better player at the quarterback position, better things happen to the team. And so when we see Dak Prescott playing at this level, which is MVP caliber, it is a difference when we get into the postseason when you have a real dude who's an MVP caliber dude that is running it. So the difference is the QB1 position gives them an edge. Because we can talk about all the other things, but in the postseason, it's about the quarterback play. And the way that Dak Prescott has played over the last 2 seasons, he's playing like a premier quarterback. And that is going to be the difference between this team and the other teams that we've seen in Dallas.
Bucky, let's talk.
Uh-oh.
And genuinely, I'm not even trying to make crazy TV because I respect Bucky Brooks. I respect his opinion. Unlike Twitter, you can have genuine, meaningful dialogue.
Man, leave that
Bucky,
alone.
Sel, myself, we all watched the Cowboys game. Bucky, you remember the first long bomb to CeeDee Lamb? That first very long pass, CeeDee Lamb gets tackled at the 1. I looked at that play, and everybody's like, oh, my God, CeeDee, Dak. And I was like, wait, but he underthrew it. And then I was like, wait a second, am I tripping? Am I being hypercritical? I asked Mark Sanchez yesterday, a top 5, number 5 NFL pick, played 10 years in the NFL. I said, you know more than anybody on Twitter, and you definitely know more than me. I said, how would that play have been graded? He was like, Dak wouldn't have gotten a positive on that play. He wouldn't have got a negative. It would have just been a play. So, Bucky, when I look at things critically, and I look at that play, then you can blame Mike McCarthy, but Dak Prescott taking that fumble in which Fletcher Cox catches for a touchdown. I look and I say to myself, sure, those are just 2 plays, but I keep hearing Dak is playing the quarterback position better than anybody else in the NFL, or Dak Prescott is playing at an MVP level. And I'm just wondering, do people just not watch football across the league? Like, have they just not seen what Matthew Stafford is doing? Have they not even seen what Kirk Cousins is doing? Have they not even seen what Kyler Murray is doing? Like, for those that really say Dak Prescott is playing quarterback better than anybody in the NFL, are you biased or do you only watch the Cowboys? I'm genuinely asking you because we can engage in meaningful dialogue as opposed to 180-character Twitter.
Well, no. This is certainly a valid conversation when we talk about it. But see, here's the difference. What you're aspiring for is perfection. I am praising his excellence. His excellence is that he is playing at a high level over and over and over again. And so we don't expect the quarterback to be perfect because then we wouldn't be able to praise Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford and Kirk Cousins, even though they may have some smudges on their resume as a interception or a fumble. So it's not about being perfect. It's about being excellent. And when we look at Dak Prescott, he is playing at an excellent level for the Dallas Cowboys. It's not just what he's doing in terms of being a passer. It's the way this offense looks because everything springs from the quarterback. The quarterback is the coach on the field. So we see them operating with great tempo, great crispness in and out of the huddle, getting into the right place. It appears that this offense is a machine. That is the quarterback setting the table. Because, yes, he makes the plays that he's supposed to make, but he also sets the standard. And because he has set the standard at such a high level, the Cowboys have followed on offense.
What if I told you that the Dallas Cowboys have a better offense than everyone's flavor of the month, Los Angeles Rams? Not really that close. What if I told you also that the Dallas Cowboys, number 1 in the league in takeaways and turnover margin, and is damn close to that Rams defense that was number 1 last year. And then I had to go out there and tell you they certainly have a better offense this year than the Chiefs, who were just in the Super Bowl, and a better defense than the Bucs, who were just in the Super Bowl in part because of that defense. Y'all keep looking. Y'all keep ignoring, but the Dallas Cowboys are roaring, and they are on the heels of greatness. Coming up, who has more at stake in Sunday's huge reunion, Tom Brady or Bill Belichick? We'll answer that next on Speak for Yourself. All right, Cowboys. Bill Belichick recently said his Patriots are facing the entire Bucs team and not just Tom Brady Sunday night. And now, according to a new book, Belichick said he was not available to meet Brady face-to-face for their goodbye and insisted they talk on the phone instead. Damn. Take a listen to Brady's expectations on his return to Foxborough. Wow.
I wouldn't expect the homecoming. I mean, I think they're there to root for their team, and their team is the Patriots. And if they know anything about me, they're going to know that I'm going out there to try to win the football game. So I think they'll respect that about me. I certainly respect that they're there to pull for their team, and that's the way sports goes.
Bucky is back, but Acho, who has more at stake on Sunday, Tom Brady or Bill Belichick?
Fellas, first, can we address something? Bucky Sales, can we just talk, fellas, group chat?
My new watch alert?
No, this is more important.
That's fresh.
I wish I would be in a relationship for 20 years. We break up, and they not be willing to see me in person. I wish I would. Bill Belichick, he couldn't find a time.
Damn.
Boy, I just had to get that off my chest.
I wish I would have known who you were dating when you were 10. Like, what the hell? Why y'all still together? Let it go. 10 years old.
You're so stupid.
Yes, no, maybe. Maybe.
More at stake, Bill Belichick. And I hate that this is going to sound extreme. I hate that this is going to sound hyperbolic, but this is the truth of this game. We may look back at this game and say, this was a game that forced Bill Belichick to retire. We may look back at this game, let the breathe, woosah.
Man, I need this check, so I ain't going nowhere, but hurry up.
We may look back at this game Sunday night and say, this was the game that forced Belichick to retire. He missed the playoffs last year. If you go 1-3, you are very likely to miss the playoffs again. Stats support that, not even my opinion.
Facts.
Bill Belichick has not missed the playoffs 2 consecutive years as a head coach since 1992, since I was just a little toddler that couldn't even eat solid food. If Bill Belichick misses the playoffs in back-to-back years, the narrative will change from when will Bill Belichick win again to when will Bill Belichick retire?
Whoa.
See, Bill Belichick has to win this game, not just for the sake of the public, but he will start to internally question himself and wonder, can I do it without Brady? This game means everything. Let's not forget, great coaches can hang it up over lesser. Bill Jackson won the chip 08-09, won the chip in 9-10, had been on the fence, but then in 11, my Dallas Mavericks sweep him in the semifinals, and he was like, you know what, Kobe, the late, great Kobe, I'm good, big dog. I'm done here. And Phil Jackson was one of the greatest, if not the greatest, basketball coach in the modern era. So do not for a second think that Bill Belichick can just abstain missing the playoffs in 2020 emotionally and then miss the playoffs in 2021 and get ready to lice them back up in 2022. Fellas, we may look at this game, I'm telling you now, as the game that forced Bill Belichick to retire.
I'm looking with you, Acho. I'm looking. I don't see jack what you talking about. Oh, my God. Tom Brady needs this game more than Bill Belichick. And I'm going to give you this few simple reasons why. One, you don't want to go back there to Foxborough and lose to Belichick and prove that Belichick knows you better than yourself. Okay? And that's what this is all about. This is not about Tom Brady moving on, getting remarried and a new relationship and bouncing back and looking like a snack and winning a Super Bowl and all that stuff these kids talk about. Oh, it ain't about all that because that's for y'all over there. But when you come back here, and Acho, I need to see your face. You ever see your ex out? And look, this one, you're going to know she's going to be there. Y'all both going to the Emmys. You're going to get your 98th Emmy, right? And she's showing up, too, because she on her first one. And she pumped. And she see you, Acho. Now, this is the moment of truth. Hey, can you give me eye contact? Hey, you're not stuttering over your words, are you? Hey, you ain't looking down at the ground every time we talk, huh? Hey, you ain't fumbling over things, right? Because I know you moved on and you got that billionaire and y'all moved up and I don't even know where y'all live because y'all never stay still. I get it. Houses all over the globe. You killing the game. But I know you better than you know yourself. And if Bill Belichick, with his sorry team, go out there and beat the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Bucks with Tom Brady, oh, he couldn't look Bill in the eye. He couldn't look at Bill and tell him what he really wanted to say, which is, I'm over you. Because Bill Belichick will have this number. I hate to say it, man. I know that Brady's had more success post-dynasty. But if he doesn't show up in Foxborough this weekend, Belichick going to have a little snicker for him. Still got him.
Oh, yeah. Like, there's something very real about this. Now, I think it's flipped, though, because I think the pressure is really on Bill Belichick only because he's a Jedi master, right? He has taught Tom Brady how to really exist and how to win. Because remember, when he found Tom Brady was the 199th pick in the draft. a sixth-round pick, you don't have expectations for that guy to ever be your starting quarterback, let alone be a guy that emerges as a six-time Super Bowl winner. So when I think about this story, it really reminds me of Star Wars, right? Bill Belichick is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Tom Brady is Anakin Skywalker, right? The guy who's been mentored, who's been taught everything, been given all the golden nuggets to go on be successful, knows how to do everything because he sat at the knee of the master. The master gives him everything. But somewhere along the way, the mentee becomes disgruntled and becomes unhappy with the master that was trying to help him learn everything. So he goes to the dark side, which is where Tom Brady has gone. Now, Tom Brady's had a little bit of success on the dark side, but now he comes back to face the master. And we know when you typically deal with the master always has a secret or two to do it. But there's another thing that plays in this. See, because there's a little Skywalker. That's Mac Jones. Mac Jones is Luke Skywalker. He's the hope. He's the one that can bring it back. So Bill Belichick has to make sure that he sacrifices. He has to sacrifice Tom Brady so Luke Skywalker can do it. So Mac Jones can be the one that comes out and saves the world. So this is big for Bill Belichick.
Thank you.
Thank you. He has Luke Skywalker there looking up saying, I got to do this. I need the master to show me the way. Bill Belichick and Obi-Wan Kenobi has to do it. He has to dispatch a Darth Vader to make this happen. This is the big one for Bill. Bill, this is the big one. You gotta get there.
I respect that take. You went back to the classics. Let me take you one even deeper. A Wileyism. Giving it to my grandma Blackie. Rest in peace. She said, baby, if they didn't make you, they can't break you. Now, if Bill Belichick goes out there with that sorry team and breaks Tom Brady, everybody's going to be questioning at the end. Did Bill make Tom Brady? Coming up, the wait is over. It's time. Let go, baby. It's time for that dudes. Find out who made the cut. It's going down next on Speak for Yourself.
You know what's up? What me D. You know what happened?
We all know that football is one upfront count sacula. You like that? Look out. Oh, you got stood up. Look out. Say good night. Like night. Who that? A little dance move the front. Throw them off. He's Superman. Hey, wah. Hooligan. Yeah. Oh, we got good sound effects. Supercharged out there. Ooh, look at this boy out there. Oh, everybody's seen this play, but everybody doesn't know why this play occurred. Oh.
The wait is over. It's my favorite time of the show. In all honesty, don't tell Marcellus. It's time for the return of that dudes, baby. I can't wait. Marcellus is going to highlight the best of week 3 from the guys in the
chicken head on their head, too.
The guys in the trenches. Let's get started in New York, where a Falcon went swimming.
Yes,
we shall, for a big sack.
Yes, got to give some love to my man Grady Jarrett out there. Woo! It's time to play the lotto on this one. Lined up in that wide 3. We call it 4-eye, almost Warren Sapp territory. Get that easy sack on Daniel Jones. Who? Daniel Jones. Let's look at this position right here. Look at the width right now. So you can see everybody's in position. Look at this wide stance right here. Woo, you know he is coming in with intent. Oh, get this. Stutter stepping is an incision, as they used to say. Once you stutter stepping now, the stutter step is the first part. Then you got to watch for that. You see that foot right there? Trying to trip him. And then Daniel Jones like, damn, dog, what am I supposed to do? Got to watch for the trip and then watch for the center. Everybody trying to cheat. Flag should be everywhere. It doesn't matter to Grady Jarrett. He said, come here, Mr. Jones.
You got to show me this one, Sal. You got to show the world the patented swim move. Just direct us. What's it look like?
Okay. Well, he's lined up in a wide 3. This is Warren Sapp. 4-eye. So when I come in, boom. I'm just trying to get you off balance.
I'm shooting hands.
And then right there. And then swim.
Arm over.
And then arm over. And then what? Oh, come here. Lift leg.
That's it.
And then you got to try and trip me. You got to do all that. And got to get over that. And then the center try to
fall, though. Knowing you might just fall. Okay, let's head to Pittsburgh, where a certain Bengal made Big Ben feel his age.
My man Sam Hubbard's going to come in with a long arm rip. I love this pass rush right here. You can see him highlighted at the top. Oh, I'm going to stab you first, and then I'm going to go get Ben Roethlisberger on the ground. Let me tell you how this all occurred. Wide stance right here. Traditional rush. This is old school right here. Go straight up the field and then turn towards the quarterback. But when he goes straight up the field, give me that. I'm punching you first, inside hand. I got leverage right now. All of a sudden, offensive linemen do what offensive linemen like to do. He grabbing them right there. See him trying to yank? Oh, it's hard to grab me when I turn those hips, when I flip those hips, and then he flipped the hips. He got skinny on the side. Look at this big old Douglas fur out there, Ben Roethlisberger. Will you move? Will you move? Here I come to chop down the tree. Ben thinking about moving, but he ain't put his ointment on. He ain't got the Ben Gay on. Can't go far, can't go fast. My man, Ben.
I love this one, Sam.
Man, look at that petty foot.
I love this.
Look at that petty foot. You see the petty foot?
He tried him.
Try to get him.
He tried him. Okay, I love this one. I don't know if you can do it with your left hand because it's a little bit more difficult.
That's
but
my
can you
manhood.
show the world, because they think pass rush moves are easy, but it's really like internal combat. There's all these arm overs.
Yes.
It wasn't the long arm that did it. It was the follow with the arm over. Can you just show the world I'm the offensive tackle?
Okay, for theatrics, everyone thinks pass rush moves occur up top. All this ripping and swimming. You know where they happen? In the hips,
Talk about it.
down low. So you saw the long guard,
Boom.
then you come with this, but
Boom.
what gets me by him is this.
Yep.
Look at that. Look right now. I still
It's
got
quick,
a little
it's quick.
left.
You gotta see it.
Right now.
You gotta see it.
Let me lift it up. Ah, right there. And then all of a sudden you're pushing,
That's
leverage
it.
against you. It's time to go get the quarterback.
through.
Petty foot right here, manhood.
Okay, finally, number one on the list, a Chargers superstar who helped Patrick Mahomes remember, well, he's human on Sunday.
Oh, man, we got to go to my dog who was out there eating. Number one, Joey Bosa. Good Lord, 5 years, $135 million. Well worth it. Oh, my God, look at that. Look how quick he got the Give me all of that right now. We're going to turn the offensive line into a blocking dummy. Not you mentally, but you physically. Because right now in this position, Joey Bosa done sat you down, and all you got to do is lock. Oh, those legs almost locking up right there. Joey Bosa say, I'm going both ways. No, I'm not. I'm going to get in that hole, get skinny. Look at the arm placement, breaking the elbow. Look at him, getting skinny, taking the seat belt off, as they say. That means get off of me as I turn my hips and get to Patrick Mahomes and spend some of that money I got, 102 guaranteed.
Hey, real quick, Sel, because that was my favorite move. Here is why. I don't know if we can re-cue it, but I don't know if they saw it. Before Bosa went outside, it was the inside stab. It was the inside move to the outside move.
Yes. I used to be able to do this maybe my first few years. You go in here and you threaten, and I'm threatening, and then I go here
the one.
and I commit here. But my commitment is not full because this is going to be my next move. Then I come with this. I come with that. I come with me doing
Oh, my God.
my
arm. My arm.
You could do it all. The swipe, the Bruce Smith. You could do the Richard Dent. All of these moves all occur. Upstairs is the setup. Downstairs is how you get home.
Sel, the muscles look good. They don't work. Okay, these don't work. Okay, they're just for show. They deflate.
Not bad.
Okay, so Joey Bosa has joined Josh Uche and Chandler Jones as that dudes of the week. Be sure to check us out next week to see who will join us on the exclusive list.
Let me stand over here, right here. Yeah, that looked fresh. You got to be
Okay,
proper.
Patrick Mahomes. I want to let the ball go.
I'm over here.
Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have lost 2 in a row. We'll tell you if the demise of the Kansas City Chiefs is overhyped. That's next. Speak for yourself. Pass rush edition, baby.
You already know. Mr. September, a.k.a. Patrick Mahomes, is facing something new this month. Losses. His Chiefs were upset by the Chargers Sunday and have now dropped 2 straight. KC is sitting in last place, Shaqiri, in the AFC West. But Mahomes is staying positive, tweeting, quote, all you can do is keep working. Yeah, get out of 9th place. So, Acho, is the demise of the Chiefs overhyped?
Completely overhyped.
Let's go.
Chiefs turned the ball over 4 times against the Chargers. Chiefs turned the ball over against the Baltimore Ravens on the last meaningful possession when they were about to go down and try to win the game, more than likely win the game. The odds were in the favor of the Chiefs to win at that point, according to Fox Bet and according to Vegas. But after the turnover, all of a sudden it's in the Ravens' favor.
Okay.
Y'all chill. The Chiefs still going to end up in the playoffs.
Oh, really?
Chiefs will likely still end up in the AFC Championship game. And the AFC still has to go through the Chiefs until further notice. Patrick Mahomes, still the best quarterback in the AFC. Andy Reid, likely still the best offensive mind in the AFC because the other brilliant offensive minds, for the most part, NFC. When you have your guy Sean McVay, where you have your guy Shanahan with Jimmy G.
Where you got him.
So, as long as Mahomes is still there, as long as Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Andy Reid, Ty Matthew, as long as them dudes are still there, AFC still has to go through the Chiefs. Chiefs' demise is overhyped.
No, it's not overhyped. If you watch this show and you watch this show as dedicated as we do this show, you understand I predicted this about these same Kansas City Chiefs. I was called a hater Oh, Marcellus, how could you dare question the dynasty of the Chiefs? I remember we had the Super Bowl preview show, and I was like, man, I don't know about these boys. Do you know now that the Chiefs have lost 3 of their last 4 games? And could have been all 4, because we know one of them, Cleveland kind of gave it back to them. Interesting. So this is a team now finds itself battling history, especially recent history, where 3 of the last 5 teams to lose the Super Bowl didn't even sniff the playoffs. Acho, what is going on with these Kansas City Chiefs? I tell you what's going on with the Chiefs. Chiefs have the 4th most giveaways this season with 6. And you talked about that. You talk about the Chiefs, they cannot play defense. 31st in points allowed. This is what happened to this team. They got cocky. They read the press clippings. You know why? Because they got the most talented player at the position maybe ever in Patrick Mahomes. What did that make them do? Abandon 2 principles of our sport. And we know the principles. We know the fundamentals. And yeah, they get boring. Coach, shut up. Why you keep talking about it every day? Protect the football and play defense, because defense wins championships. They were stuck trying to get over the hump until they had an adequate defense. They had adequate defense. They won 1 Super Bowl. Defense has regressed. Defense regressed before. They have not come close to their optimal playing level. So when you got Patrick Mahomes, you know what you all of a sudden start doing? You play casual with the football. You start playing from behind and think you're going to catch everybody. Usually it works. But sooner or later, those principles, those fundamentals come back to bite you. Hate to say it, man. I'm just looking at a cocky team. They got the best quarterback potentially ever in terms of talent, and it's making them abandon the things that support great football.
So,
Come on, be
2
real.
minutes, 24 seconds left, so let's get real.
You know that. You know that.
Over the course of your 3 engagements, I don't consider you being engaged 4 times. The 4th time you got married, so I don't consider you being engaged. You were engaged 3 times. You got married the 4th time.
Texas math coming out. Boy. I knew y'all was smart down there.
But here's what I don't need this anymore. I don't need my iPad.
Let's go then.
So I know this about relationships. In your relationships, the engagements that were broken off, did they ever go through your phone? Did you ever go through their phone? No,
No. Only the people I dated.
Okay, fair. Anyway.
And my wife now.
What I've learned
I wasn't going to marry her. Hey.
What I've learned is this. You're dating somebody, you go through their phone, you go through their email, you got trust issues, whatever. I've learned this much.
Oh, yeah, I got the story.
If you look for something hard enough, you will find it. If you look hard enough, you're going to see it like, hey, darling. And why he calling you darling? Hey, man, I miss you, my dear. Hey. Why he calling you dear, though?
That part.
Hey, hun, I hope you're well, friend. You'll overlook the friend, and you're just going to see the hun. Because if you look for something hard enough, you'll find it. So what I've noticed about the Chiefs is you've been staring and searching for their demise.
Wow.
You've been going through the text messages of the win-loss column. You've been going through the drafts of the emails. You've been going through all the different mailboxes of the Kansas City Chiefs in search for their demise, and you found it. So you're overlooking the friend. You're overlooking the bud, and all you seeing is the dear, the sweetie, the darling, the hun. Sal, if you look hard enough, you're going to find it. Stop searching so hard for the Chiefs' demise. It doesn't exist. The Chiefs are still friendly with championships, and they're still friendly with Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah, look. I used to be way more insecure than I am now, and I'm still very insecure in terms of committing my entire being to one person, right? So I'm with Anna Marie now, we fine. But when I was dating, the ones I was engaged to, I wanted to be like oblivious to it. Like I know it, I'm out here living a little bit too. I want her to live a little bit too. Listen, I get caught up. That's why we never got married. All right, so that was my dating circle. But when I was going through that, the first thing I would do is not look at the message. I slide it a little to the left. What time is it? Because ain't no hey darlings at 3 a.m. that are good. hey, Acho, you lose the Super Bowl like they lost and start the season off the way they have, it's 3 a.m. What you talking about, darling? Hey, Chiefs, get it together. Or y'all cheating on your own success. Coming up, it's not all about the money, according to former Laker Dennis Schroeder. Really? Okay. We'll tell you if he's keeping it 100 or only keeping it 99. Look 99 to me, but we'll talk it next on Speak For Yourself. You ever go through my phone, Acho?
Man, y'all know what it is on this show. We only know how to keep it 100, but others, they keep it 99 on a daily. So each day, we're going to get to the bottom of who's really telling the truth in this life. Case in point, Dennis Schroeder. He bet on himself, reportedly passing on a 4-year, $84 million contract with the Lakers last season. But that bet didn't pay off as the point guard ended up signing a 1-year deal for under $6 million with the Celtics. Now, yesterday, he tried to defend his move. Y'all take a listen.
Oh, damn.
money is not everything. At all times, I want to be, comfortable in the situation where I know people appreciate me. And end of the day, that's it.
I like my dog's haircut. Basell, a shooter keeping it 99 or keeping it 100?
Keeping it 9.9, keeping it .99. That's how much they paying him right now. What the hell? Ain't no other way to show me love in sports but with the money. Right. And if he would have got the money, he would have had a mask that stayed up. Elasticity losing. Boy, stop. Did they call you on day one since they love you so much? No, they did not. He is the 2:03 a.m. call talking about, oh, it's love. It ain't that. That's it for us. I told you, 99 to 100. See you tomorrow. You don't even want to go.